Hi, I'm Melissa Hagan. I'm going to tell you a little bit about ESGI and why I enjoy using it in my kindergarten classroom. ESGI is a paid program. It costs $199 per teacher per year. I believe there are discounts available if a group of teachers or school is interested in utilizing ESGI. The district I teach in provides ESGI for all kindergarten teachers. Each teacher will set up their own class by adding students and the tests they want to use. Personally, I love ESGI, but I do not use it for all my kindergarten assessments. Each teacher will need to explore and experiment with what works best for their needs. Once you log into ESGI, this is the screen that will appear. The class list will appear on the left. I have pixelated my students' names. I use ESGI to assess sight words and letter sounds. When you scroll down, this is the screen you will see. I also enjoy using ESGI for letter names, long vowels, numbers, and color words. When you click on a student, this is the screen that will appear. You can see how this student tested on several tests. At the top of this page, you can see I have organized my tabs for each quarter. This particular page is showing the data for quarter 1. On the letter sound assessment, this student scored 10 correct out of 12 questions. You can click details and it will show what the sounds the student missed. When you click details of the letter sound assessment, this is an example of what the screen will look like. I can see exactly what letter sounds this student needs to practice. At the top of the screen, you can also see how long the student took on this particular assessment. ESGI is not a time test, but it shows how long each student takes. ESGI has a side margin full of extra tools. My favorite on the side margin is the flashcards. After you click the flashcard button on the side margin, this is the screen that appears. There are several options for creating flashcards for your students. My favorite flashcard option is sight words. After you check all the desired options for flashcards, select Print Flashcards and click Show for Whole Class. ESGI will generate personalized flashcards for each student based on how they scored on your most recent test. Here is an example of what the sight word flashcards look like. Student number 1 only has one word to practice, while you can see student number 2 has more. Even though student number 1 only has one word, it will use one page. If a student has more than one page of sight word flashcards to practice, it is easy to staple them together and send them home. Like I have mentioned, I enjoy using ESGI to assess my students' sight words. When you choose to test a student, this is what the student will see. Their name will appear at the top of the screen. They love seeing their name and knowing this test was made for them. At the bottom of the screen, you can see how many sight words will be tested. There is a Y button and an N button. If a student reads the sight word correctly, press the Y for yes. If they need help or read the word incorrectly, press the N for no. At the end of the test, it will show a pie chart of how the student scored. Once the test has been completed, a pie chart will appear showing green for the correct responses and white for the incorrect answers. I can click View Test Details to see exactly what sight words this particular student missed. The students enjoy looking at the chart to see how they did. ESGI has a Test Explorer. Once you click the Test Explorer tab, this is the screen that will appear. I usually search district tests. Several kindergarten teachers in my district have created tests. I can use their tests or create my own. The possibilities are endless, and it is important to find what works for you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you were able to learn a little bit more about ESGI.